Hello, welcome back to my channel, your one-stop destination to all your embroidery needs. If you're new to my channel, a big welcome to you and thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification and select the option all so that you don't miss any of my videos. So the stitch that we are going to see today is the Pekingese stitch. So initially we have seen the running stitch, back stitch and the whipped back stitch, and our next stitch is the Pekingese stitch. So if you are not aware of the previous stitches, please go and visit my other videos. I will give the links in the description box. So to do a Pekingese stitch, you will again need two needles with two different color threads, and I am using the larger needle with a bigger eye hole, which is easier for me. So you can also use the same needle. So let's start. So first what you will need to do is a back stitch. For Pekingese stitch also we will be doing a back stitch initially, like how we did for the whipped back stitch. So you will all know how to do a back stitch. In case you don't know what is a back stitch, please check my first video where I have explained the back stitch in detail. So let's do a back stitch now. Again for the stitch I am using a full thread, which is 6 strand anchor thread. So just like the previous whip stitch, for the Pekingese stitch also you will have to do close back stitch. I mean the back stitch has to be smaller and not longer back stitch. So keep the stitches small. So now I have done a back stitch. Now we will take the next needle and insert it just in front of the first back stitch. Now what we'll do is, it is almost similar to the whipped back stitch, but we will do it in as loose loops. So we will insert the needle through the second stitch and will not pull it tight. That is the difference. So we'll make a small loop like this and insert the needle through the first stitch. And again insert needle through the next stitch. So remember to pull the stitch a little up so that it looks like a circle. So we keep doing this. You can see how I do it. you can later on adjust the thread with the needle. So I'll quickly complete this and then show you. So I've done this. As you can see, this goes like a loop. So that is how it is done, and you can later on, after doing the stitch, you can later on adjust it with the needle. So this is a Pekingese stitch. So how did we start? We started from here. We left the first stitch, insert the needle through the second, and then came out through the first, then third, second, fourth, third, fifth, fourth, and we kept on inserting the thread. I hope you all understood. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and you can also comment in case you would like to see any specific stitch. So this design is done using the Pekingese stitch. See, hope you are able to see it. Yeah, so you can do any design using the Pekingese stitch. This is just an example. Now we'll see whether we can do a Christmas tree using the same stitch. So this is a previously sketched design. So I've done a small Christmas tree and I've written Merry Christmas. So let's see whether we'll be able to do a Pekingese stitch for this one. So initially I've started off with the back stitch. We'll complete the entire branches with the back stitch. You will know how to do a back stitch. I'm not going to do this because it will take a lot of time and you will feel really bored. So if you don't know to do a back stitch, check my first video. So I'll complete the back stitch and then get back. So here I have completed the tree with the back stitch. So as you can see, I have made very small back stitch. Only then the Pekingese stitch will look good. So I have done one leaf here. So you can see how I do it. So I used these threads. I used this green for the back stitch. It's full thread, and then for the leaves I used this green, sort of an olive green. So I'll show you how to do it. So we start from here. I leave the first stitch. I insert needle through the second stitch. And then reinsert through the first. I insert through the next stitch, bring it through the previous stitch. Now insert needle here and stop the stitch. See? So I'll be doing the same thing for all the leaves, then I'll show you in the end. As you can see, I have completed all the leaves. Now there's only one branch left. I thought I will just show it to you while I complete this. So I am starting from this end, which is quite easier. So be very careful when you do the see. I just accidentally hit this thread with my needle and this has come out. So you have to be very careful when you stitch this. So since I'm showing this in the camera and stitching, I'm finding it a bit difficult, but when you do it all by yourself, it will not be this bad. So you can just adjust it, that's okay. You can just adjust the thread and make it all right. Yeah. this is done. Now all you have to do is just adjust the thread. If you feel it is too loose anywhere, you can just pull it and adjust it, tighten the thread like how I do it. So you don't have to worry if the thread becomes loose. So adjusting might take some time for you, but that's okay. So I'm finding it difficult because I'm showing it to you. Otherwise it is pretty easy to adjust the threads. So you make it proper by adjusting wherever it is loose. So I'll adjust it properly and then show you. And at the end what you have to do is you just have to end the stitch like this, that's all. So I'll just adjust this and then get back to you. So here we go. So I've just adjusted the stitch and this is how it looks. And now for the branch, for the stem, for the bark, tree bark, we will do a simple back stitch using this brown color thread. I'm taking this dark brown color thread, that also full strand anchor thread. I will just do a back stitch. You can see how I do it. The only thing that you will have to be careful when you do this embroidery is that you should take care that you don't put the needle through any of these threads, because if you do that the entire embroidery will get spoiled. So you have to take care of that. Otherwise it's a very simple embroidery. So I'll just use the same stitch to fill the bark. I'll just show you how I do it. Just repeat this process. Just keep filling it. Fill it and then complete it. I will complete it using back stitch and then show you guys. So here the bark is completely done. I've used back stitch. So this particular stitch is also called as a brick stitch. Okay, so this is nothing but back stitch close to each other, that's all. So I have just used the back stitch to just fill up the entire bark. So this is done. Now what I plan to do is that I will be decorating this using some beads. So I have taken some white tube beads, some white sugar beads, golden tube beads, and some white sequins. So using all this I am going to simply decorate the tree, because it's a Christmas tree, decoration must be done, right? So I'll just show you how you can decorate this simple tree. Here I have taken the smallest possible needle. So this, let me focus. If it is possible, I don't know if you can see it. It is the smallest possible needle. Okay. So otherwise the sugar beads will not go through the needle. It's very difficult. So I've taken the smallest needle and I've taken one strand of anchor thread. So I've folded it into two and then I've put a knot at the end. So let's start. Start anywhere. Then add the sugar, add a tube bead. And just stitch it. Okay, so I'll be adding these white tube beads in random places. There is no order. I'll just stitch it randomly. So this is how I'm going to stitch. So I'll be stitching the golden tube beads also here and there, and then I will show it to you. I've completed the tree using the white and golden tube beads. So this is how it looks. And for the letters I am using back stitch again, and I've just used 2 strands of black anchor thread. So for the entire letters I will be using the back stitch. And I also plan to do some decorations outside the tree. I mean, I will be filling up these areas with the sequins. So I'll show you how that will look once I complete the letters. I thought I will quickly show you how I do the sequence also before I complete the letters, because that will take a lot of time. So I am using this white sequins, these white sequins, and I'll show you how you can stitch it. I'm going to stitch it in random places. So you just insert the sequins to the needle and also insert one bead of your choice. Any color is fine. So I am using white. You can use sugar bead, golden, or any other color. This is just to fix the sequence in place. So now I have put the sequence and the bead together. Now I'll just stitch it in place. So I'll insert it again through the hole of the sequence and then pull the thread. So this is fixed. Similarly, I'll do one more. Put one sequence and one sugar bead. Then insert. Don't insert it through the bead, because then if you do that, the bead will come out. So you have to insert it only through the sequence hole, not through the bead. That's it. So I will fill this up. So this is the final look. I've used sequins and beads and completed this entire area to give a snow feeling, and I painted the hoop green. I hope you liked the video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Your support means a lot to me. I will see you soon with another video next week. Thank you.